kick the ball. Careful. You jump? Good job. Okay. You jump. She's numb to feet. You turn around. Yeah. Kick the ball. Excellent.
Another ball.
You got all the balls? Okay. Here you go. Very good. Where's summer? Very good. There it is. Let's do autumn. Where's autumn go? Excellent. Two more. Where does spring go? Springtime. Oh my goodness, you are so smart. Yep, there you go. Last one. Where does winter go? Winter.
Right there.
There it is.
That's What's next?
Excellent. So it cut. Yeah, good job.
Oh, what a car. Vroom, vroom. Are you okay, Nancy? Move far away. Right. Need vegetables? Forward. Okay, go forward. Orange.
Mm-hmm. Wow, now put some blue.
Blue. What's
Mm-hmm. On the paper.
Hey, Bill. Wow.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Got one more right here.
Here.
Got one more right here.
Here.
You turn.